YouTube's Upside DIY. I actually added a boombox in here. I could play one of my instrumentals or beats, but it's not really queued up. I tried to make a video with it in the introduction and things, let it play, but I'm just going to take you guys on a tour of this aquarium, of this DIY aquarium that I've been working on. This probably took me at least well, I don't know. I had most of the supplies. I wouldn't really get it done if I didn't have the supplies and equipment that I saved for like 15 years. But it looks pretty much brand new after cleaning things off and touch painting up things, gluing things together. You know, I even have an old, I think it's called a Challenger 1. Well, it's actually just one of the smallest filters. There's actually one smaller filter that could fit, like, that could be used for a 2-gallon and things. But filter, water pumps, air pumps, are a good thing. It's just all the cable managing and things like that, and light managing cables. And basically, man, this is kind of like the first day. I guess I'm so excited that I finished this. Things went pretty smoothly. I have one betta fish in here. It's really having a lot of space, and I even have a heat pad that I've had in my supplies, and I kind of glue or silicone that towards the bottom, and hopefully that's giving off some heat, warmth. It's only like, well, 10 watts, 11 watts. It's a medium heat pad, but I have more of those. I have like 4 or 5 more, and they seem to be working pretty good. I mean, rather than having a glass heater on some, which I do have some of those in my supplies, I could really build nice tanks. And hopefully continue. I'm actually building other ones with the supplies that I have. So let's start from the beginning. Whereas I had bought the aquarium, a 20-gallon long. I thought I had a cover for it. Maybe it only came with a light. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure I tried to get everything as for the maybe $40 to $60 for it. But heck, it's glass, and the silicone seemed to work good. So actually, after all this building and everything, last night I patched up a little sliver of glass that I didn't see from last time. It just went kind of halfway in there, but I used Gorilla Glue and a piece of clear tape on the fly to repair this. And the Gorilla Glue, it dries in a day or two, so hopefully I managed to save this this aquarium from a disaster. And all the I don't know why I didn't notice that. Maybe I don't know, it was like set up right in front of me and I just never noticed it all this time. That's pretty strange. Maybe I'm just new, I'm just kind of like the first fish I've had for like 15 years now. So, and I'm, from watching YouTube and really taking notes on what's important, I learned adding salt to the water helps the fish. There's other equipment that I need to have for water. I have some supplies, but I also need a digital meter, and that could help out. But yeah, just having the tank and things, you might think, I'll just fill it up with water and throw in some fish. It may or may not work. It just depends the time and space just to do it. So after having the tank and everything, I found the light cover, so I started to clean everything up, and test things. you know, just basically to learn what's really important, if there's anything that I'm missing, because I've had some tank crashes before, and perhaps, you know, due to lack of equipment, time, and, you know, just not enough research. But I mean, this aquarium can look whatever you want it to look like. I've had sand in it and rocks in it recently. That seemed to look pretty good. So, you know, but having most of the easy to get stuff, you still need a decent knowledge of the equipment and things. So after just having the tank and thinking, let's just clean these up and start, you know, seeing how far we could go into the fish hobby, I found a piece of big plastic, clear plastic, 1/8 inch. You usually want a 1/4 inch, because the 1/8 inch will bow and warp, just from you know, the surface tension and things like that. That it needs to, or, you know, it's pretty much as thick as the glass or something like that. But the aquarium cover really is probably the best thing for me, because I recycle so much stuff, and then I try to build a project out of it and things. So I was building the aquarium covers for a few months, cutting them, testing the pieces, gluing them together, having to unglue it, scrape it off, you know, we readjust the material that was affecting a bag glue, and then clean that off, scraped off some glue basically, and then really did a good job on re-gluing it, because I needed some of those scratch marks to help the so I glued both sides of pieces, the bottom and the top. And these covers, it's basically one whole piece underneath, for the most part. There's some you know, crooked, or there's some flaws basically, but I try to silicone those and basically you know, just have the top looking good. I really like this footage angle. You can really see kind of like the red light or the orange that's showing through, and then, you know, the blue on that towards that side, and the bright white light inside the fixture really is working really nicely with this aquarium, because it actually came with this aquarium when I bought it 15 years ago. But luckily I didn't, you know, have to reseal anything, you know, and actually get a new aquarium. And at this stage, I basically, you know, cleaned off a lot of things. I made the covers first, then I started to clean the light fixture and paint it on the inside and outside. That was a little bit hard, because I actually had to touch it up more than cover it with paint and things like that. I had to touch it up with some wet paint on a Q-tip and things like that. But on the inside it's pretty much white, and on the outside is black, and it looks amazingly new with the aquarium covers. And so I got, you know, it's May 2019 now, so I was working on the final process of the covers and the lights. Within, you know, probably February was when, you know, I figured out, you know, the best way. March, April, I started cleaning it and prepping it up and building it. And so towards the end of April, the last week of April 2019, I started working towards learning about the heaters and the water filters, you know, an air pump or a water pump, and then there's a heater element that that goes into a pretty decent habitat for growing a fish. So I basically made sponge filters out of 2-liter bottles. There's a nice gap. I could hot plate the bottom and melt it more evenly, but I kind of like little air gaps. If I had a stronger pump, I could even probably carry that around and siphon up a lot of debris depending on where it starts to collect, and then really clean up and then it'll just suck up hopefully most of the debris into the chamber. So I just used filter floss or stuffing for just, you can find stuffing in couch cushions, sleeping bags, just nice blankets, comforter blankets. I mainly get them from and basically I found some rocks just outside, and I just washed everything. Just wash it and rinse it really nicely, get all the smells, and let it dry out fully, rather than throw it in a bucket and it'll probably collect mold and things. It needs to be dried out pretty good. But then I started cutting the bottle and figuring out the length of the air lines, or using the air lines rather than just a tubing or something. And in the filter floss, I basically cut a hole right down the middle, and then like when I stuck the tube in there, I actually had to bundle it up, kind of like an umbrella or like a coffee filter and things. And then I stuck the tubing through the hole in the center and things. I had to actually glue the air stone tubing, for a couple of days. There's an air stone kind of all the way down in there. You can kind of see it with the blue cap right there, but in the middle of that, the tubing and the air stone goes through the under, and it builds up air, a nice big air bubble down in there. And then I soldered some holes to, I actually made a pretty good video to detail it. It's just a bunch of rambling, but this is what it looks like in the tank. I installed this maybe last night, and then I kind of rushed on adding the cover and everything, but I need to clear this space up to work on the tank in the back, and have this space cleared and cleaned away, and work on that tank, because and figure out that this tank may last. I added another piece of wood that I had found or saved, and it's giving it a good softener with all the rocks and the things. There's nice crevices. This little small cave could actually be tight or just be stored away, but I kind of like it here. I mean, I don't really like it here, but I kind of put it in there just to help the fish for now. There's a nice heat pad, a nice tank cover, lights, an average air pump that is helping these sponge filters that I made. They're pretty cool. I didn't expect the bottom part. I was unsure to hold the whole operation, but it's so clear. You can see little things getting pulled up in there, and then the rocks have an outside and inside passageways to gather stuff, and then it just gets all filtered through the filter floss, and it comes out fresh kind of air through the top, giving the water surface some good agitation. And basically everything is working pretty nicely. Yeah, this is pretty much kind of, and then, you know, just after the sponge filter, I added the cover, added the light, just put it together, turn on the light. I saw the red and the blue, and I was just blown away. So I appreciate you guys watching this slightly long tour, but if you want to check out this aquarium, here's the video. So thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.